Hi there, thanks for joining me at Anspace. This time I'm in Sacramento and oh my goodness, the most beautiful hostel I have stayed in my whole trip. So I'll share some of that with you, as well as the Parliament building tour and some art galleries, and I also discovered some really neat bridges. So thanks for being here and stick around. First off though, I'll start with some of my train trip coming from Salt Lake City. And I've just woken up on the train. I'm in Nevada. What a difference from 2 days ago when I came from Denver to Salt Lake City. So here we are now in California and starting to go over the Sierra Nevadas. Such a change in scenery. So this is Connor Lake. So this is a nice time to get off the train, 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is Sacramento. I'll go and explore. As mentioned in my introduction, this was the most beautiful hostel that I've stayed at ever. So first of all, I'll share that with you, some outside pictures, and then I'll go inside. The next day I did a Parliament building tour. This is the capital city of California, but unfortunately the building is being expanded at the moment, so I couldn't see much inside, but I did do a garden tour first and then joined a few others inside the actual building.
Many people are looking for the museum everywhere. Where do you guys think the museum is?
Right here.
Where is the museum located? And also stairs. And from the walkway behind those glass windows, they can pop up those glass windows and change the light.
So this dome is actually not the dome that you see from outside. There's another 90 feet between the two domes.
Oh my God. That's it.
Well, that was another interesting state capitol building tour. And what I did notice on this one is it's way less ornate than most of the capitol buildings, which sort of surprises me because it's California. But still interesting and very informative guide, so that was great. So I've just come into the Kroger Art Museum. The museum originally started in the old house, just the same architect as the hostel. This is going into the old house again, the Croker's house. And this is the ballroom. Imagine living in a house like this. This is on the ground level, or first level as they call it here, of the gallery. I was just watching a video, Mark D. Becker, who did this. This is all hand painted. It's just amazing. Like he just started copying Mad Comic magazines and doing that and sort of doodling around, and has become this an amazing artist. And it was all freehand. There was really nothing except the circles on. That was his only groundwork. Brilliant. After the Croker Gallery, I headed off outside and down towards the river. So it's rush hour on the highway, but here am I by the Sacramento River, and it's just beautiful. And there's even a boat coming along.
You're a wonderful person, Brittany.
This morning I've come down to Old Town, Sacramento, and I'm going to do a tour while I'm here, so it should be a bit interesting. It's a different type of tour, so let's see how it goes. First off though, I checked out a few of the shops. I know that my grandchildren would have all loved this shop, and I did buy them a few little treats. But then I found this really cool costume shop. Oh my gosh, I spent ages wandering around, such neat outfits. Didn't buy any, but gosh, I was tempted.
Down through the fence line, and we're going to meet under the two giant shade trees just outside the fence.
So the tour that I did here in the old area of Sacramento was really interesting, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to take photos because it was private buildings and it was underground. But yep, take my word for it, it was a great tour. And then I had a look around the Sacramento History Museum, so that was great too. This morning I'm just wandering. It's my last day in Sacramento, so I'm heading to Fort Sutton. But I just thought I'd video this bit because Sacramento is such a peaceful town to walk around, and so many large trees, and the weather is just perfect. This autumn weather, oh, I love it. So I made it to Fort Sutter. Like a lot of places, the area is closed for construction, but I can look around free because it's not open not all areas are open, so that is good. So although this is called Fort Sutter, it's actually not a military fort, it was a trading post, and this was the highest area that was located, so it was the best place to build this trading post / fort. So I've just had a tour of this beautiful Stanford Leyland's mansion, but unfortunately, like the underground tour, I wasn't allowed to take any photos, which is such a shame. I'm going to look online and see if I can find some photos, because it's so beautifully restored, as there was black and white photos in many of the rooms. So yeah, so glad that I came down here to have a look. Well, as usual, I got to the station bright and early, ready to catch my next train. And then I discovered that I could actually get an earlier train. So how cool is that? And this is not the Californian Zephyr. This is a different train. So it's another different train. How exciting. Great fun traveling. So here's just a few more photos of things that I took as I wandered around Sacramento. Oh, it was just a nice city. It was nice and relaxing for me. And before too long, it was, time to get back on that train heading to San Francisco. So here's a taster of just some of the few things that I did once I got there. And as usual, thanks for sticking around. And until next time, bye for now.